Well, hello everyone. Welcome back into another episode of the Daily Disney Discussion. Hope everybody's doing great. Thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday to you. Can't believe the weekend is over already. It's kind of depressing. They go so fast. But welcome in. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope you guys have been having a good weekend, good weather, and spending time with family and friends. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. We're going to have a great show tonight as we talk about, I think, an attraction that has people divided. I'll say that as we talk about, of course, the Tiki Room. We got a lot to discuss on this, and I'll be very interested to see where everybody goes with this attraction. But before we do that, let's do a little bit of mousekeeping. Of course, Dean over at The Live Place, theliveplace.com, with family-friendly streams throughout the week. He is your TV guide of streams. So if you're looking for a stream a certain day of the week, be sure to look there. And of course, don't forget about our two partner channels, Disney Dan and Steve's World. Steve goes live on Monday nights with just another Monday night. Wednesdays with the Disney Nat crew. And of course, Saturdays with me with Sports Night. And Dan, of course, goes live on Saturdays with Disney Fiasco. And he also has his Thursday show called Nuts About Disney, which he rotates with him and Gonzo. And then, of course, his Food Fridays. Other than that, guys, I think that's everything for that. I want to thank you all for being here. Let's say hi to a few people in the chat. We have Noah's here. Noah's in the house. He says, in the Tiki room. Noah's here. One of our members, Brian Eisenhart's here. Brian, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Melissa's here. She's literally here in the other room. James Ryan's here. Another one of our members. James, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Tim Pruitt's here. Let's see who else. James Garcia's here. James, good to see you. PJ Gillespie is here. PJ, good to see you. Donna Anderson Folan is here. Emily Ellis, mom, is here. Emily, good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Pete McDevitt's in the house. What's up, Pete? Pete says, I just want to see my picture on the screen. Good to see you, Pete. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Joey's best bud, Keith, is in the house. What's up, Keith? Good to see you, pal. Had a lot of fun yesterday. That was a great time. Tim Dietrich is here as well. I hope I said that right, Tim. I hope it's Dietrich. But Tim Dietrich, welcome in. Good to see you. I think this might be your first time here, but welcome in. Hope you're doing well, and we appreciate you being here. So let's see. I think we are up to date on everybody right now. I'm sure more will come in a little bit. But yeah, let's talk Tiki Room because, this is an oldie for sure. It goes all the way back to the beginning of Disneyland. I think it was there in opening date of 1963 for Disneyland, from what I'm reading. So it wasn't an opening day attraction, but it did come in 1963, which I think is kind of interesting. Oh, absolutely, man. We had a great time yesterday. That was a lot of fun for sure. But in Walt Disney World, the Tiki Room opened as an opening day attraction. It was there October 1st, 1971, when the park opened. Mike Mazzio, I'm not sure how to say it. Mike says hi to all. Mike, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Again, I think this was your first time, too. So welcome in. Good to have you here. I'll say that, like I said, it was an opening day attraction for Walt Disney World. And it is kind of divided on whether or not people do or do not like this attraction. Yeah, and we're going to actually talk about that in a little bit. Noah brings up a good point. There was that time, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, about the under new management. Thanks, and yes, but have been watching for a little while now. Well, Tim, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're commenting, and it's good to have you here. Tim said, okay, I'll step out and say it. I'm a fan of the original Tiki Room. Nothing wrong with that. That's the thing. See, this is one of Walt's attractions. This is one of the ones he had his hands on, one of his ideas. So it's always going to have a special place, I think, in most people, especially if you're a nostalgia person. It's going to have a little bit of a special place in your heart. This attraction is a 15-minute attraction. And it's a show. It's basically a show. It's got the songs in it and everything like that. For me, it's okay. I don't love this. I don't love it. And I know a lot of people will. It's not a must-do every time we go to Walt Disney World or if we're in Magic Kingdom. I got to be honest with you. It's not even a must-do for a trip. We could be down there for 8 days and we may not do the Tiki Room. And don't everybody get mad at us, but it's just the truth. It's just not a must-do for us. That being said, it is for some. I will say this also. Some people Well, what I read about, I didn't realize that this auditorium where you seat for the tiki room, it'll hold up to 150 people. That's a lot of people. I didn't think it held that many. There's another one of our members, Ron and Meredith, the DoPhilly crew are here. Good to see you, Ron and Meredith. Thanks for being here, guys. And Avery, the Cuban American. Avery, good to see you, buddy. You're here as well. I'm trying to get everybody in here. And there's Charlie and Stacy, the Disney Nerd Herders. Thank you guys for being here. Pete's saying hi to everybody. Avery, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. But ultimately, the Tiki Room, it's got a lot of fun elements to it. It's got a lot of fun songs. It's kind of like a circular, I don't even want to call it an auditorium, seating area, I guess we can say, as to where you're going to sit. We do it every 3 or 4 years. That's about what we do. I hate to say it. Walt, you have to see the Tiki Room with Maynard. Oh my gosh, yeah, I would love to do it. But it's interesting for a show. It's definitely dated. Look, this show is dated. Now, you had the original Tiki Room that started October 1st, 1971. And I don't know if everybody remembers it or not, but at one time it was actually called Tropical Serenade. It wasn't called the Tiki Room at first. They changed the name to the Tiki Room, and then it was, of course, the original until 2011 when they changed it to under new management. Noah was talking about that a little bit earlier. And then they kind of brought in the IPs a little bit to what they, I guess at the time they thought was going to spruce it up and give it a little bit more popularity. They brought in Zazu and Iago into this to make it, I guess at the time they thought, better. Avery says, Tokyo's Tiki Room is my favorite of the Tiki Rooms. It's an example of a great Stitch attraction and a great Tiki Room. I know people fear a change because of Iago, but I'd love to see it come to Magic Kingdom. I agree. I don't know that they'll change it, though, because back on the subject of the under new management, it did not go well. A lot of people were not. They just weren't happy with it. They just weren't. They weren't happy at all with the under new management. And then, I guess, if I remember correctly, and everybody in the chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but then they had a fire in the Tiki Room, and it kind of destroyed the animatronics from the under new management, and that's when they went back to the original version that we now have. Noah says there are, let's see, what does Noah says? Noah says there are about 150 auto animatronics for Enchanted Tiki Room. That's a lot. That is a lot. Well, every single one of those birds up there, it's an animatronic. Every single one of those tikis is an animatronic. Pete says, Mouse Talk, one question for you. Did you find Sprinkles? I did not. Actually, no, we didn't. We didn't go by there the other day. Brian says, you have to see the original. It's not that good with IPs. Right, I agree. Nacho Mujiga, good to see you. One park open tomorrow, Legoland, Florida. Yep, that's true. Good to see you, though. Glad you're here. John Hazelton's in the house as well. John, good to see you, buddy. Hope you've been doing well. Oh, yes, I remember that. They had a fire. Yes, yeah, they did. They had a fire when it was under new management. They had to, and then that kind of gave them the excuse to kind of go back to the original one. Ron and Meredith said, we usually do the show at Christmas time. The rides are very long waits. It gives us something to do between fast passes. Yes, I agree with that. If you're going to do it, it might be a better time to do it when the parks are really crowded and you have nothing else to do or you're waiting for a fast pass. So that's a good point. Let's see here. But it's not, they also have the pre-show outside while you're waiting for the show ahead of you to end. The pre-show lasts about 3 to 5 minutes. That's not too bad. I kind of like that. I don't mind that. It's not bad. Donna says, I wanted to go, but my daughter is afraid of birds. Oh, jeez. There's tons of them in this attraction, so for sure. Obviously, you did not see my Instagram for you in Sprinkles. Pete, I don't think I did. I'll have to look for it again. I did not see it. I'm sorry, buddy. I'll have to take a look after the show. A really creative travel. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm like in and out with Instagram. My apologies, buddy. I'll look at it. I promise. Noah says he loved the pre-show. They are the best, even at Disneyland. Avery says, fun fact, at Disneyland, the Tiki Room was the first building with air conditioning. The reason? Not for guests, but to ensure that the computers and technology that ran the show didn't overheat. Well, that makes sense. Yep. Lots of computers. Lots of heavy equipment like that you'll see are in rooms that are air conditioned to keep the temperature down for sure. James Garcia says, I'll have to try a Dole Whip. Yes, you'll definitely have to try a Dole Whip for sure, buddy. Charlie and say, I just find it pretty boring. Nothing against it, but it is old and dated. Well, it is. It is old and dated for sure. And there's plenty of that around, around Walt Disney World that we're going to see. But that being said, I like it to get out of the heat. It's something to kind of chuckle at and laugh at. I don't mind it, but it is kind of boring. I always laugh at the Tikis when they do the oh, ha, ha, hee, hee, oh, oh. It just makes me laugh. Brian says, okay, favorite song, the Tiki Room, or Let's All Sing Like the Birdies Sing. Brian, for me, it's got to be the Tiki Room song. Rod Priester, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. I think this is the first time in here for you as well. Good to have you. Everybody say hi to Rod. Rod says, very ready for Walt Disney World to open and eventually get back to some semblance of normal. Thanks for this series. It's been fun. Well, Rod, thank you, buddy. I didn't even know you were here. I'm glad you commented. Thank you very much. I'm glad you've been enjoying it, and we're going to be going for a little while longer because we're going until the park's open. I saw in Springs did go to Sprinkles. Everyone else we saw in Springs did go to Springs. There you go. All right, yes. Let's see. Christine Hickman, welcome in. Christine, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's take a look. Love the original Tiki Room, Rod says. Yep, and I think that's the thing is this is one of those attractions where even though it's boring, it probably isn't going to go anywhere for a while. I think of Carousel of Progress, the Tiki Room. Those types of rides probably aren't going to go anywhere for a while. Melissa says, we went to Sprinkles on our August trip. I am deliberately staying away from it right now, Pete. Right, she has her reasons. Charlie says, Stacy just noticed her drawings. She made the wall. Thanks, guys. Yes, she did make the wall. In the back behind us, like right there, there's Jiminy Cricket. Over there is, what's his name? Goofy. Over here is some more. Going the wrong way. There they are. They're all there. Yay! Yep. Made the wall. That's because they're really good. Keith says, Tiki Room is a sentimental favorite. Went there the first day in Magic Kingdom in 1979. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a sentimental favorite, and it should be there for sure. Brian says, our Tiki Room has a Dole Whip stand attached to the Tiki Room. That's really cool. That's awesome. Well, welcome in. Practically Nikki in every way. Nikki, welcome in. Thanks for being here. She says, hi from England. I always seem to miss your live streams due to the time difference, but I finally managed to make one. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Everybody, 23 watching, 22 likes. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you are new here, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd appreciate it. And thank you all for being here. Nikki, welcome in. I'm glad you were able to make a show. Everybody say hi to Nikki. And it's great. It's great to have everybody here. But let's talk a little bit about this now, because this is where it's really going to get, I want to hear from everybody. Queue-wise, there is no queue. You've got the outside pre-show, which is kind of fun. It's okay. It's not great, but I don't mind it. The queue itself, you're outside. There's really nothing to it. You do have an overhang. You're underneath, so that's good. So you are out of the rain, but you are out in the elements of the heat and the humidity, though. It's not air conditioning yet. So nothing really great about the queue. Inside, it's all bench seating. And it's kind of, think Lion King show where it's all kind of like in a circular motion or circular shape for where you're going to sit. And then you sit down and they do the show. Again, I like the show. I think it's a lot of fun. But it's not something that's a must-do for me. So that's my next question for everybody. If you're going to wait for this show, I want times. How long are you waiting for Tiki Room? Are you not waiting at all? Like, for instance, if the show's 15 minutes, are you going to wait the 15 minutes for the next show to start? Or are you going to skip this? Or if it's about to start in 5 minutes, you'll stop. I want to know what everybody would do. Tiki Room, is it worth waiting? Will you wait? Will you give it a shot? Or no? James says, I think the attraction will be there for a good amount of time. It was a Walt-inspired attraction and is well within the core group of nostalgia rides/attractions. Agreed 100%. Agreed 100%. Yep, the building is like Lion King, but smaller. Yes, oh, absolutely. The way it's shaped, it definitely is. James Garcia, we have awesome cast members. That's really funny, Maynard. Yep. Christine Hickman said she'd wait to 10 minutes. which is about pretty much you're waiting for the next show to start. It definitely needs to stay due to nostalgia. Melissa says, I'll wait. Tim says, James Garcia says, he'll wait 30 minutes. Melissa will wait the 15 minutes tops, which is basically waiting for the next show. Brian says, I'll stick around for the pre-show. Ron and Meredith said they'll wait the 10 minutes. Emily would wait the 15 minutes as well. So I think everybody would wait the amount of time that you need to wait at most for the next show to start. Obviously, and correct me if I'm wrong, gang, I don't think there's even a fast... No, there can't be. I don't even think there's a fast pass selection for this, right? You can't get a fast pass for Tiki Room, can you? Let me know in the chat. Donna says, I'd wait the first time and see how much I like it. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. James says, I'll wait 15 minutes and keep in mind the pre-show makes any wait seem shorter. It does. Captain Akron 27. Captain Akron, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Rod says, worth a small wait. Good way to get out of the sun and slow down for a few minutes. Absolutely. That's one of the things I've noticed we did for the longest time on vacations. We were go, 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 go. Living down here now, we're going to try our best to kind of take it easier and slow down. And this is a way to do that. I agree, Rod. Noah says he'd wait the 15 minutes. Charlie and Stacy say, I would do it if they paid us to go on. Otherwise, 30 seconds, maybe, if I'm eating a Dole Whip. You guys are tough on these rides. Nikki says, I haven't been to the Tiki Room as I have only been once, but after watching the Imagineering story, I really want to go on it next time I visit. Yeah, I agree. There's so much of Walt incorporated in everything about the Tiki Room. It's for sure a must-do at least one time. Brian says it's a cute show. And I think we are caught up. Let's see. Avery says, yep, but that rumor was shot down by Disney. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I think we're all on the same page pretty much when it comes to this attraction. Nostalgia-wise, of course, it's one of the first ones. It's been there for forever. They brought it over from Disneyland, and it's got so much nostalgia in it, and it's just different. It was a different time when it was made. As for entertainment value, the entertainment value for this to me is kind of middle of the road. It's funny. I chuckle at it from time to time, but it's not entertainment into the fact that I'm loving this and it's incredible. It's not The Lion King. It's not Finding Nemo the musical. It's not Beauty and the Beast. Heck, it's not even Carousel of Progress. I prefer Carousel of Progress over this. Donna says, yep, when we went, we were never in our room because we wanted to get as much done as we could because didn't know when we'd get back. Well, that's exactly right. With any trip, you never know. You know, I think going to Disney World is a privilege. Not everybody gets that chance to go to Disney World. And when you're there, you want to make the most of your time. Because for one, you're spending a heck of a lot of money to go. And for two, you're only there for a limited time. So you want to get in as much as you can. You want to make sure you're getting value for the amount of money you're paying. And how do you get that value? By doing and seeing as much as you can. So I get it. Ours has a hidden restroom in it. Wow, how about that? I didn't know that, Brian. Yep, we were like that. Yep, just sleep and shower. Yep. Candy Mom 15, another one of our members is here. Cynthia, she was also our first member. Cynthia, good to see you. And Amy, AGC Magic TV, is also here. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Donna says, I would probably wait 20 minutes depending upon what there is to do while we wait and how hot it is. Agree. James says, Donna, I hear that when my kids were little, I used to map out a ferocious battle plan for each park that tried to squeeze in every attraction. Yep. Absolutely. I agree. Keith says it's a great sun/rain break. Absolutely it is. Because you're completely covered underneath there. You're fine. You're out of the elements in that respect. For sure. Brian says, it was originally going to be a restaurant, but they changed it at the last minute. That's why it has a restroom. Yeah, okay. Did they have that in the Imagineering story? I don't remember him saying that. They probably did. Charlie says, all joking aside, it is worth seeing at least once. Could be a little scary for tiny kids, but we don't go too often anymore. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a must-do one time for nostalgia, for history, in that respect, for sure. And if nothing else, it really gives you an idea of how far we've come in technology and entertainment and the entertainment value. we've come from the Tiki Room, which is still cool, to something like Rise of the Resistance or Flight of Passage. It's incredible. Donna Jaworski is in the house, the wonderful Donna. Donna, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Say hi to Richard for us. Say hi to Samantha. Thank you for being here. Everybody say hi to Donna. Donna, it's great to see you, dear. Amy says, I enjoyed the Tiki Birds will do as a filler attraction, and usually if pre-show is getting ready to start. Yes, I agree with that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, even though the pre-show is only about 3 to 4 minutes long, it's just before they're about to let you in when they do the pre-show. It's been a while since we've done it. The storm scared my niece. She thought it really started to rain. Yeah, for as old as this attraction is, the animatronics and the effects still do well. They really do. They still do well, in my opinion. Let's see. James says, there she is, the ultimate and loveliest. That's true. She definitely is, for sure. Emily says, hope you're doing well. Nacho Mejico says, our theme parks will welcome guests beginning June 5th. Select hotels open June 2nd. When visiting us, please follow guidelines. Oh, yeah, Universal. That's right. Oh, my goodness gracious. Joey's World. You guys didn't have to do that. A $20 super chat from Joey's World, and this is what you guys get for the brunch. Yesterday, we had the distinct pleasure of going to brunch with Joey's World. Joey, Lisa, and Keith, and This Our Dream. Jeff and Angela. We had such a great brunch with them yesterday. And guys, that was totally unnecessary. But thank you so much. That was very generous. Everybody, please put hearts in the chat and say thank you to Joey's World for that extremely generous super chat. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Donna says, I always wanted to go and we never did. Then my husband made me promise to take our daughter. I put down the $200 and made payments and went. Good for you. Yep. Sometimes you just got to go. They are nuts for sure. But thank you guys for that again. That was very nice. Hey all, there's Joey's World. Hey all, having dinner, but had to do that and say hi. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Keith. You guys are great. In all seriousness, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. No, they didn't. I appreciate that very much, guys. That's a great story, Donna. You're right, James. It is. You should all come on back. Of course, now you have grandkids too. Exactly. I agree 100%. And we love you guys too. Thanks, Joey, as well. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate that very, very much. That's very generous. You guys are awesome. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a rating because I think it's time for ratings on this. You guys are probably going to be mad at me for this one. But let me just pull it up here. I got to give it 5 out of 10. I can't give it any higher than that. As much as it's fun, it's not compelling. It's not something that's so mind-boggling that you have to see it over and over. It's more kooky and campy than anything else. It's fun at times, but this is not something for me that I'm gonna go out of my way to see. Alyssa Stenberg, welcome in. Good to see you. But I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Let me know. Give me your rating. What are you rating the Tiki Room? Old, new, doesn't matter. Whatever. Whether it's the under new management, whichever one you like, give us the ranking of what you consider to be for this attraction. Donna says, but then we fell in love with Disney World and I want to go back. I don't blame you. We always want to go back. Melissa gives it a 5. Donna says, oh, you must text me later and tell me about it. Oh, Joey's World. Yeah, we went to Wine Bar George. That was incredibly awesome, by the way. All right, let's see here. Brian gives it a 9. James gives it an 8. Downscale's in the house. What's up, Downscale? Welcome in. Everybody say hi to Downscale. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Joey's Walkie says, 7 out of 10 for the AC alone. Could be more if the seats were recliners. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be great? That would be awesome. James says, I'm going to give it an 8. Very good. Candy Mom gives it a 7. Alyssa gives it a 7 out of 10. Stacy gives it a 4. Charlie gives it a 5.5. Emily gives it a 6. Richard's in the house. There's the legend. What's up, R. Johns? How are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Everybody say hi to Richard. And Richard gives it a 6. Donna says, yep, it takes money. I put 200 on before then. Had to cancel. Long story. Oh, my gosh. That's too bad. Bill Steffen, good to see you, buddy. Everybody say hi to Bill. Welcome in, pal. He gives it a 7.5. Downscale gives it a 6.5. Donna gives it a 6. I want to move there. Yeah. Well, we did for the longest time. It took us a while to get there, but we finally were very blessed and fortunate enough to do so. And then everything closed down. Haven't been able to go since. Alyssa Stenberg gives it a 6. Brian says, Walt, your rating will go up when you see it with Maynard. All right, you said it. All right, let's see. I think that's everybody. Oh, wait, here we go. Avery said, I'd give the Tokyo version a 10, Disneyland a 9, with Maynard and Magic Kingdom a 7. Joey's best bud Keith gives it a 7.5. Tim Pruitt gives it a 9. Everybody's saying hi. I think we're caught up on everybody. Piglet Roo loves Disney. Welcome in. Good to see you. Piglet Roo gives it... Piglet Roo. Yeah, I always used to say it wrong. Piglet Roo loves Disney. Good to see you. 8. We always went there every time we went to Disneyland. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's great. All right. I think that's everybody. Didn't see the action. All right, so we are caught up. So yeah, overall, not the best ride. You guys going out exploring tonight? Probably not. Probably not. We're gonna take the dog on the trail, but that's about it. I would love to though. We need to get another video together. And speaking of which, before we head out, obviously we're gonna pick for tomorrow night. We do have a new video coming out. Of course, as you all know, we do have membership. We've been doing this what's called a Round Town series for any members that are in our Bibbidi Bobbidi Bunch or Grim Grinning Gang. But we're releasing the first 3 to everybody to kind of see what that series is going to be about. So be sure to check that video out tomorrow. We had a lot of fun. We went orange grove picking. We went out and picked oranges for the first time. So we had a lot of fun with that video. Hope you guys like it. It'll be out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Be sure to check that out. We do have a couple other videos that we have out there right now for our trips down to Disney Springs for the opening of the World of Disney. Be sure to check those out. Our 2 partner channels are Disney Dan and Steve's World. Check those out. Let's see what else. Did I miss anything? Can't wait till you guys rate Universal. Yes! Hopefully this week, big news. Universal opens this coming Friday for the public. We're probably going to get down there this weekend. And hopefully if we do, we'll be able to vlog it for you guys. And there'll be a video coming out about that. And maybe even live stream. We'll see. I can't guarantee a live stream. We're going to do our very best. Wendy Luhu, welcome in. Good to see you. Everybody say hi to Wendy. Wendy, I think this is your first time here too. Welcome in, and hopefully you'll subscribe and hit that like button for us. And we're glad to have you. Thanks for being here. Melissa says, I think it has to do with the riots. It was just a public alert that went off on my phone. Probably. Oh, is that why he said, are you going exploring tonight? Did they send something? Oh, okay. I guess there's some kind of lot going on in the world right now, folks. Pray for everybody, for sure. Definitely prayers needed for everybody right now. Good evening. Janice and Geen, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Everybody say hi to Janice. Where was I? Talking about, the channels. Dean over at the live place. Tonight, I'm not sure who else is going live tonight. I think Dole Whip Dad has a couple going. So be sure to check him out. Okay, so there you go. So there's a curfew tonight. I guess I don't know what's going on. But anyway, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. there's a curfew. Crazy times, folks. Crazy times. Be good to each other, please. All the way from sunny Scotland, too. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wendy, thank you for being here. I would love to visit Scotland sometime. Maybe one time, if we're lucky. But all right, let's pick for tomorrow. Here we go. Right here. Nacho Mojica said, Walter, Mouse Talk, Virgin Trains, Brightline, High Speed Railway, lays track to Orlando International Airport. Yep, I did see that. Yep. Weather is so nice. And yeah, I agree too. James, good point. Glad to hear you got good weather. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck, guys. Usually not good at picking these. Sorry, I tried. All right, here we go. For tomorrow, we are heading to we're staying at the Magic Kingdom. Now, this counts because even though it's shut down right now, it still technically is there, and we have to talk about it. We're going to talk about the Walt Disney World Railroad tomorrow. I'm glad, actually, about this one, because I have a lot to say about the Walt Disney World Railroad. So tomorrow, the railroad, even though it's shut down right now because of Tron over at the Magic Kingdom, we're talking the railroad tomorrow. That one's going to be a lot of fun. There's some comparisons, too, that we can make to the Disneyland one, because They're really different. They are really, really different. And we'll get into that tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. What did Piglet Roo say? Ours was 8 p.m. last night to 6 a.m. tomorrow. Oh boy, it's the bowl. I know. I'm sorry. Charlie and they say it only rains wherever Dougie is standing, Alyssa. Poor Dougie. Nikki says, the weather in the UK has been amazing. We never get this much sun. Well, I'm glad. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I told you all. WDW Railroad. See, Wendy says, yes, Melissa, temps in the 80s just now, which has never happened in the month of May. That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting good weather. Been on the railroad once? Well, we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow about that. Can't wait for it to open up again. Me too. Agree 100%. We're going to, I guess we're staying. Yeah, we're staying. That's exactly right. Jelly Starwalker, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Melissa says it's because nobody can go anywhere. We had all sun here in Florida. Once things started opening up, it's been raining every day. She's right. Yes. We had 2 cars flip over and caught on fire, and they were crazy yesterday. Yeah, it's been crazy times. But nobody's talking about the virus anymore. Talking about other things now. They're talking about something else now. We moved on to the news story of the day. Emily says 10 out of 10. Had to say it now. I love train rides. Well, you'll see my rating tomorrow, Emily. I'll give you a hint. I agree. That's just me. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all so much for being here. And do me one public service announcement. Charlie and Stacy from the Disney Nerd Herders are very, very close to getting their hours in to be monetized for YouTube. If you get a chance, if one of my moderators could put their link in there, Emily, if you could do it, or one of my other moderators could put the link to Charlie and Stacy's channel in there for me, I'd appreciate it. They're so close to getting their hours. Let's see if we can get them over the hump so that they can get monetized. They're a great channel. They deserve it 10 times over, and we're going to do what we can to get them there. Rachel loves Disney. What's up, Rachel? Welcome in. Good to see you. What does Cynthia say? Prayers for my niece. She is at the hospital for the baby. Oh, well, prayers for sure. I hope everything goes well there. Talking about the virus is getting old. Well, it seems like now they're moving on to the next story. Thanks, Walt and Melissa. Oh, James, my pleasure, guys. But the best part is the American astronauts docked at the space station. Yep, that's cool. Absolutely, I agree. But, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you being here. We love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with us. Yeah, already subbed to the Disney Nerd Herders. Yay, good job, Wendy. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I just appreciate you spending your time here. You know, your time is precious, and you decided to spend it here with me, and it means the world to me, and I appreciate that. To the $20 super chat, thank you so much for that, Joey's World. You guys are amazing. All of you are amazing. Our members are amazing and generous, and it's just fantastic. This is such a great community. We're very honored and lucky to be a part of it. We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.